20 years ago we produced a peace vocation, and this we were updating today and thinking about what reconciliation means in 2016 rather than 1996. We've also got a proposal to look at the past and to take the initiative for us as Presbyterians to see how we dealt with the Troubles. How did we respond to that in a Christian way? How did we not respond to it? So it's very important to have a conversation, and that conversation involved a very unique story. John, who had been a perpetrator but had come to faith and ended up a pastor, often to many victims, and Bertha, who had been somebody who had suffered, her husband had been killed, and to see how they deal with biblical words like reconciliation, forgiveness, and start that conversation. We hope this starts a conversation and that conversation will continue.
I grew up in a Christian home, made an early profession of faith, walked away from it, got involved in the Troubles, found my friendships with loyalist people, and I ended up joining the UVF. I was married then, my marriage broke up, and after 2 years of breakup of marriage, I was arrested at 28 years of age and charged with serious crime, paramilitary activity, for which I did 6.5 years in prison, or just under 6.5 years in prison. In that time, I came to faith in Christ. I found that at a difficult time in my life, my world had caved in around me, and I remembered there's a God in heaven loved people like me, and I gave my life to Jesus that night. I was then brought down from the Crumlin Road. I was remanded for 15 months, brought into the maze. My wife became a Christian and we got back together again. I came out, went to Presbyterian Church, became a member of the Presbyterian Church, then a minister of the Presbyterian Church, and someone said, what are some of the things, the vital lessons that you've learned, probably on the outside? And one of them is this, 2 lessons. If a Protestant child dies, it's painful in the parents. If a Catholic child dies in the Troubles, the exact same pain. One of the other things that when I was in prison, I knew many people who pulled the trigger and committed murder. I come out, I have met people who have never pulled the trigger. But Jesus teaches that with murder in our hearts. And there's many good people, even nice people, have the capacity and problem to do and still do. They don't pull a trigger, but they carry those attitudes that spiraled into murder. Those attitudes are still carried in life. We still murder in our hearts.
Well, I think that at this stage, until the institutions are up and running, they need just to be thinking about how they want to be involved, how they think that they might contribute to it, or perhaps how they might actually be on the sidelines, but being aware of what was happening so that they can subsequently make sure that the people that are in the church are aware of it too. It's going to be a long process, and I think I would have a concern that for many victims and survivors, it will refocus them on many of the issues and painful memories that they have, and therefore we as a society and a church must be ready to respond to that and know how we can improve things for them.
That's spot on. That's brilliant.